We got little buddy in the car today because he's coming with us to the photo shoot. What do you think, buddy? Ready to go on an adventure? Yeah, you are. This is Large Studio, and I shoot here quite often. Today we're doing a shoot for a company called Spoonful of Comfort, where we're doing giftable soups, and we're doing product photography for these. So as a freelance photographer, I'm always going to places and locations and just kind of bringing in and out gear, so I'm gonna load my stuff in here. I always want to vlog when I'm shooting, but I end up just working too much and forgetting about vlogging. So we're shooting for 4 days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and half of Thursday shooting for Spoonful. I brought Whitford with me, and he was hanging out in the kind of covey there at Brooks' studio. It's a new experience for both him and I because he's trying to figure out what it's like to be out of the house. I'm trying to figure out what it's like to bring him out of the house. But today we are just sitting relaxing. I gotta finish yesterday and today's images and send them off by tomorrow. Okay, it's day 3 of floofing this guy into a little backpack. Wait, so explain the greens again.
Okay, so when we add the greens on top of the white crinkle, it makes the white crinkle extra obvious. So either you need to completely use greens to cover up the white crinkle, or you need to focus on the white crinkle.
Okay, so when I'm looking at this image here,
Yeah.
you're trying to cover up the crinkle with all this like rosemary and greens.
Right, because our client contact doesn't like the crinkle showing. So either we need to have only the crinkle showing because it kind of fades, or we need to cover up all of the crinkle with the greens.
Okay, cool.
What is that little can?
Makes sense, everyone? Today is the fourth and final day of our spoonful shoot. What are we shooting today?
Yeah, today is our last bit of photography. All of our product shots are out of the way, so today is styled stills. It's kind of the fun, playful shots.
We're stoked. Okay, I started repacking my BP10 backpack into my low pro backpack to try and take to this event tonight, but then I figured I would probably be taking most of the stuff out of my BP10, putting it in my low pro. So I may as well just take a couple things out of the BP10, take that whole backpack. It's a little bigger than what I want to take, but I think that'll be the smartest way to do things. So earlier today I got done with the spoonful photo shoot. That was about a half day, and then I had a bit of time to eat, kind of relax for a moment, and then repack my gear for an event tonight at the Museum of Natural History. And this is for the IIDA, International Something Design Association, and I'm just doing event photography for them for their awards ceremony tonight. Another thing I got to do right before this is I'm going to buy a light stand from a guy. It's a Manfrotto stand. I think I have the same ones. It's a different model number, but mine nest together and I only have two and I'm looking for a third one. So I'm hoping his fits mine, because the stands are like 100, 200, 150, 200 bucks, and he's selling it for 25 bucks. So if this works, it's a steal of a deal. So I'm gonna try and squeeze that in right before I get to the museum. Okay, that was a successful trip for the light stand. Smaller than I thought. Maybe it'll connect to my existing ones. But either way, it's a good light stand to have, just as like a traveling or single light stand for events or something. So I'm stoked about it.
I got this robot vacuum the other day. It's like the dumbest thing ever. It just kind of bumps into stuff. I mean, I know they make smarter ones, but this one's supposed to be kind of stupid, but it's kind of funny because it just bumps into stuff all day. And it makes me laugh. She runs up to me every time I open that door and tries to brush herself on my body, and a lot of times she's like rolled around on the ground. If I go to like, if I have something nice, then I have to like shun her off, and I always feel bad, but it's the way life goes, I guess. Today on the list is meeting up with a client from a company called Dubrova Sausages. So Brooke and I are meeting with him. She invited me along to this work lunch meeting thing. So I'm pretty stoked to meet them and talk about cool things we're gonna do for shoots. Okay, next up on today's thing to do, or fun thing to do, is I'm going to a kind of a networking party, I guess. I got invited to it right after that lunch by Brooke, some of her friends. And now I'm here in the parking garage trying to figure out which elevator is the right one to go to. Okay, so I'm leaving like the first networking mixer, and then I guess we're having a after party. So I gotta go home and feed Whitford real fast, and then I'm heading off to the after party. Whitford and I are out on a little adventure. We're gonna go to this vintage thrift yard sale thing just not too far from my house. I get there on a one wheel, so it's fairly close.